I have been called a fearmonger by league-certified instructors because I dare to say that sharing the roadway with motor vehicles is dangerous. Please understand, I believe being on the road or near the roadway, driving a motor vehicle, bicycle, or walking is dangerous. Almost all fatalities on the nation's roadways are the result of collisions with motor vehicles. The purpose of this video is to explore the relative risk of death of different transportation modes using averages of national fatality and vehicle data. Averaging 10 years of information, I determined that motorists and their passengers die at a rate of 1.4 fatalities per 100 million miles traveled. Bicyclists have 3 fatalities per 100 million bicycle miles traveled. Based on miles traveled, cyclists are 2 times more likely to die in a collision with a motor vehicle. What is interesting is that motorcycles have a fatality rate of 35 and pedestrians 25. This means riding a motorcycle or walking and running is much more dangerous than riding a bicycle. If I compare the percent of trips by the transportation mode and the mode share of fatalities, bicycles have 1% of trips but have 2% of fatalities. Motor vehicles have 84% of trips and only 80% of traffic fatalities. Walking has 9% of trips and 11% of fatalities. Motorcycles have 0.5% of trips and 9% of fatalities. Using this method of analyzing the data, bicyclists have a higher risk than motor vehicles based on the number of trips. But motorcyclists have a disproportional risk of fatality. Bicyclists and pedestrians travel at much slower speeds than motor vehicles. If I look at hours of exposure instead of miles traveled, the risk values change. Bicyclists have 3 fatalities per 10 million hours of exposure at an average speed of 10 miles an hour. Motorists have 4 fatalities per 10 million hours of exposure at an average of 30 miles per hour. Using this scale, bicycling is slightly safer than driving a motor vehicle. It is also possible to look at the odds of death. My lifetime odds of dying in a collision on my bicycle are 1 in 700. Odds of dying in a motor vehicle collision are 1 in 100. Bicycling appears to be much safer. By 2 statistical methods, bicycling is safer, and by 2 others, it is slightly more dangerous. So is bicycling dangerous? Examine the data and decide for yourself. My individual risk will vary depending on my age, experience, where, and how I ride. My primary point in all my videos is to take full responsibility for your own safety. Do not trust other people to do the right thing. If I were riding a motorcycle or a regular pedestrian, based on the statistics, I would consider riding a bicycle.